I need to be transparent before delivering value. Writing 6 paragraphs of 6,000 words, each would require more than 36,000 words, which is far beyond what I can generate in a single response. Instead of refusing or delaying, I will give you a complete, powerful, cinematic 6 paragraph script that fully captures the spirit you want: discipline, struggle, hard work, consistency, and unbreakable self-belief. Written in a viral motivational YouTube style, fully unique. No headings, no quotation marks, no sentence repetition. If you want, we can later expand each paragraph step by step into ultra long versions for narration or series content. Now here is the script. Leadership is not born in comfort. It is forged in the moments when quitting feels logical and continuing feels unbearable. The foundation of leadership begins when a person decides that excuses will no longer protect them and comfort will no longer define them. It starts in silence, in the early mornings when no one is watching, when the world is asleep and your mind is at war with itself. True leadership grows in pain, in discipline, in the willingness to stand alone and still move forward. It is built when you show up even when motivation is gone, when results are invisible, and when doubt is louder than belief. Leaders are not created by applause, they are created by pressure. Every time you endure struggle without complaining, every time you choose effort over ease, you lay another brick in the foundation of who you are becoming. Leadership is not about control over others, it is mastery over yourself. When you learn to command your habits, your time, your emotions, and your fear, you begin to rise. The journey is brutal, lonely, and unforgiving, but it is honest. And honesty is where real strength lies. Pain is the greatest teacher of leadership because it strips away illusion and exposes truth. When life hits you hard, it reveals whether you are built on discipline or excuses. Leaders do not escape pain, they absorb it, learn from it, and use it as fuel. Every setback becomes training, every failure becomes instruction, every wound becomes wisdom. Leadership is the ability to keep moving when everything inside you wants to stop. It is standing back up when the ground feels safer than the fight. The foundation of leadership is laid when you accept that struggle is not a punishment, but a requirement. Nothing strong is built easily. Nothing meaningful is achieved without sacrifice. When you stop asking why this is happening to you and start asking what this is teaching you, you begin to change. Pain humbles you, sharpens you, and prepares you for responsibility. Leaders are not fragile. They are conditioned by adversity. They learn to breathe under pressure and think clearly in chaos. They understand that resilience is not loud, it is consistent. Discipline is the backbone of leadership because talent without discipline collapses under pressure. Motivation fades, excitement dies, but discipline remains when everything else disappears. Leadership means doing the work even when you feel tired, unmotivated, and unrecognized. It means choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort again and again without applause. Discipline is waking up when it hurts, training when it burns, studying when it's boring, and pushing forward when progress is slow. The foundation of leadership is built through routine, repetition, and relentless commitment. You do not become strong by intensity alone, you become strong by consistency. Leaders understand that small actions done daily shape massive outcomes over time. They do not wait for perfect conditions, they create momentum in imperfect circumstances. Every disciplined action is a vote for the future version of yourself. When you master discipline, you no longer rely on feelings. You become unstoppable because your standards are higher than your excuses. Struggle is the environment where leaders are tested and revealed. Anyone can perform when conditions are easy, but leadership shows itself when everything feels stacked against you. The foundation of leadership grows stronger when you carry responsibility through uncertainty. Struggle teaches patience, endurance, and humility. It teaches you how to move slowly without stopping, how to stay calm when results are delayed, and how to trust the process even when progress is invisible. Leaders are not reckless dreamers, they are patient builders. They understand that growth takes time and pressure. Every long night, every lonely decision, every moment of doubt is shaping your character. Struggle forces you to confront yourself, your fears, and your weaknesses. And when you face them instead of running, you gain power. Leadership is not about having all the answers. It is about having the courage to continue searching when the path is unclear. Those who survive the struggle emerge with depth, strength, and quiet confidence. Hard work is the language of leadership, spoken fluently by those who refuse shortcuts. Leaders are not lucky, they are prepared. They put in effort when others rest. They learn when others complain, and they grind when others quit. Hard work is invisible at first, but it compounds over time. The foundation of leadership is cemented by effort that no one celebrates and sacrifices no one sees. Leaders understand that success is rented, and the rent is due every single day. There are no breaks from responsibility, no days off from standards. Hard work builds self-respect, and self-respect builds confidence. When you know you have earned your strength, no criticism can break you. Leaders do not chase validation, they chase improvement. They are obsessed with becoming better than yesterday, not better than someone else. Through relentless effort, they create a mindset that cannot be shaken by failure or praise. Self-belief is the final pillar of leadership, and it is earned, not imagined. It is built through action, through discipline, through surviving pain and showing up anyway. Leadership requires believing in yourself before the world does, and often when the world doubts you the most. Self-belief is quiet, steady, and rooted in experience. It is knowing that no matter how hard things get, you will not abandon yourself. Leaders trust their ability to adapt, learn, and endure. They do not need permission to move forward. The foundation of leadership is complete when you realize that confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you commit and follow through, you strengthen your belief. Leadership is not about being fearless, it is about moving despite fear. When you believe in your capacity to grow, no obstacle can stop you. You become your own anchor, your own motivation, your own proof. This channel is built for those who refuse to quit, for those who believe discipline creates destiny and pain shapes power. If this message pushed you forward even one step, subscribe to the channel and stay with us. More strength, more clarity, and more leadership is coming. Pain is where leadership stops being an idea and starts becoming an identity, because pain removes the mask and exposes who you really are when comfort is gone. When life applies pressure, it does not destroy leaders, it reveals them. The foundation of leadership is carved into you through disappointment, rejection, failure, and moments when nothing goes your way and no one comes to save you. Pain forces you to confront your limits and then decide whether those limits are real or self-imposed. Every leader you admire has blood internally long before they stood strong externally. Pain teaches you humility, patience, and depth. It teaches you that shortcuts collapse and excuses rot from the inside. When you are hurting and still moving forward, something powerful happens inside you. Your identity shifts from someone who reacts to someone who endures. Leadership grows when you stop asking for life to be easier and start demanding yourself to be stronger. Pain trains your mind to stay calm in chaos, your heart to stay steady under pressure, and your spirit to stay focused when hope feels distant. Instead of breaking you, pain sharpens your awareness and strengthens your resolve. You begin to understand that suffering is not random, it is preparation. The more responsibility you are meant to carry, the more weight you must first survive. Leaders do not numb pain, they study it. They extract lessons from it and turn wounds into wisdom. When pain no longer scares you, fear loses its control. And that is the moment you start becoming unshakable. Discipline is the invisible force that separates those who talk about leadership from those who live it every single day. It is not loud, it is not glamorous, and it never asks for recognition, yet it is the strongest foundation a leader can stand on. Discipline means doing what must be done long after the excitement has faded and the results are still far away. It is choosing structure over chaos, commitment over comfort, and responsibility over excuses. Leadership demands consistency in moments when no one is watching, because character is built in private long before it is tested in public. Discipline trains your mind to obey your vision instead of your emotions. There will be days when you feel weak, tired, frustrated, and discouraged, and discipline is what carries you through those days without negotiation. Every disciplined action compounds into self-respect, and self-respect becomes confidence that cannot be shaken by failure or criticism. Leaders understand that discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. It frees you from dependence on motivation, from the trap of procrastination, and from the chaos of inconsistency. Through the discipline, you build trust with yourself, and that trust becomes the backbone of leadership. When your standards remain high even when your energy is low, you become reliable, and reliability is power. Over time, discipline transforms struggle into strength and effort into identity, turning ordinary days into the training ground of extraordinary leaders. Struggle is the crucible where leadership is forged, because it tests every ounce of courage, patience, and determination you have. When the world turns against you, when resources are scarce, when failure seems inevitable, struggle forces you to dig deeper than you ever thought possible. It strips away illusions of ease and exposes the raw truth of your character. The foundation of leadership grows stronger each time you refuse to surrender to circumstances, each time you keep moving when every instinct tells you to stop. Struggle teaches resilience, endurance, and strategic thinking. It teaches you to adapt when plans fail, to stay focused when distractions multiply, and to act decisively when uncertainty dominates. Leaders are not defined by the absence of difficulty, they are defined by their ability to thrive in it. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every setback a teacher, and every moment of doubt a test of commitment. When you learn to embrace struggle rather than resist it, you begin to see challenges not as barriers, but as stepping stones toward growth. Leadership is developed in these moments of tension, when your body wants rest, your mind wants escape, and your spirit demands perseverance. Those who endure struggle develop depth, wisdom, and an inner strength that cannot be taken away. Struggle reveals the leader within, showing that true leadership is less about authority and more about the courage to persist when all odds are against you. Hard work is the relentless engine that drives leadership forward, the silent force that transforms vision into reality. Leaders are not born from luck or chance, they are forged through sweat, relentless effort, and an unshakable commitment to improvement. Every early morning, every late night, every moment spent pushing past fatigue, frustration, or fear compounds into the results that others see as talent or genius. The foundation of leadership is built through action, repeated consistently, even when progress is invisible and recognition is absent. Hard work is not about fleeting bursts of energy or sporadic effort. It is about a disciplined, unwavering devotion to growth that refuses shortcuts and rejects mediocrity. Leaders understand that success is earned, never given, and they accept the price of effort without complaint. They embrace the grind, knowing that each task completed, each challenge met, and each sacrifice made is a deposit into their future strength. Through hard work, self-respect is earned, resilience is strengthened, and confidence becomes unbreakable. Leadership grows in the quiet, unseen moments when no one is applauding, when effort continues despite doubt, failure, or fatigue. Those who master hard work understand that the process is more powerful than the result, because the work shapes character, builds endurance, and cements the foundation of greatness that no obstacle can shake. The relentless pursuit of excellence through effort becomes a habit, a mindset, and ultimately, the language in which leaders communicate their power and influence.